Hello and welcome to another live. Hi, guys. Today I have got two
Hi.
very esteemed guests all the way from Nigeria, but they are part of the Montfort University team, who UK Bright Education is a direct partner. Hi, Adi. Hi, Famous. How are you guys?
I'm
Hi,
blessed and
you're doing
favored.
well.
Hi, Afsana. Thanks for having us. It's
No
really
problem at
nice to
all.
be here, to speak with the students.
Oh, not a pleasure. It's a pleasure to have you guys as well. But I just wanted to say, apparently it's very warm in Nigeria. How warm is it over there, guys? It's very warm in
A
Nigeria,
bit
the
warm.
temperature.
Yeah, very, very warm. Like we use AC most of the times because of how warm it is.
Oh my goodness. Could you bring some of that heat to the UK, please? Because we're very cold and we
Hmm.
could really do
I
with
would love you guys to bring
really.
the cold a little
Just
bit to
bring the
Nigeria as
sun.
well.
Just bring it with us. Just bring it to us. Okay, brilliant. So anyway, we'll just move on to the questions. So basically what it is, my friends, ladies and gentlemen, as UK is a fantastic destination for studying to date. De Montfort University is in the heart of the country. Also, it's the heart of the Leicester City Football Club, where we have our Nigerian players, Kelechi and Ndidi. If you are a Kelechi fan or Ndidi fan, please give us a thumbs up. We'd love to know if you do follow us in terms of football. And just a big FYI, did you know in Nigeria, Adi, you said that we call them crisps, and in Nigeria you call those that food potato chips. Is that right?
Yeah.
Or there's a bit of background from Adi.
Yeah, I think she's
Yeah, it's
having
picking back up on that.
internet
I
problem.
I have a bit of a problem. Can you hear me?
Yes, I
Yeah, we
can
can hear you.
perfectly, perfectly.
All right. So there's a playback. So I
Oh, there is a playback. I'll carry on, and you will catch up with us, not a problem, and we will wait for you. So basically, ladies and gentlemen, as Famous and Adi were just saying just before we came live, that apparently in Nigeria you call potato chips. Sorry, I'm a big foodie and I'm very hungry right now. And in the UK we call them crisps. But the thing is, a big fact: Leicester is the home to De Montfort University, Leicester City Football Club, where we have Nigerian football players. Also, we have the biggest potato chip factory in the world called Walker's Crisps. So if you didn't know, there you go. If there's anybody's watching, please say wow. So at least you know you're there. So there you go. Right. So here we go. So I'll start off with the questions. So here we go. So, ladies and gentlemen, so what are the most common mistakes that international students make when applying for bachelors or masters?
Thank you, Afsana. I think I would answer that part of the question there. Like I said the last time, mostly it's about how they fill their application form. But today I think I'm going to start with the planning time. I think that's actually important. I use the word
Okay.
planning time because most times students are usually happy when it's close to, let me use the word, especially with Nigerians, we usually want to be at events, occasions, usually at the end minutes or like when there's a stoppage time coming in. So when and that period when applying, it's kind of a rush for us. So and then even students that do defer, once they defer, they just don't say anything. And then towards the end of the intake, you start hearing, "Oh, I deferred to so time. So where's the application? How
Yeah.
fast is it going?" And then there's just so much rush. So I think the planning is very important. When applying on time, it helps you get a result or a decision ahead of time. So it keeps you, if you are going to apply or not, at least you get a decision at the beginning stage. But having doing it close to the deadline becomes a bit of a rush and all.
Mm.
That's for the planning time. And then the application form itself, when filling it, is usually the details there usually filled, let's say, less, and then they just expect the agents to help them fill it out, which is not supposed to be. So I think that's like a bit of a push for the agent. I think them filling it would at least help us setting up the application perfectly fine. But
Right.
there's this part they skip most of the time, which is telephone number. It's usually skipped, but we usually need it for to reach out, at least to check on the student to know how far and whatsoever. But they do skip out the phone numbers, and some they make
Mm.
mistakes while putting the phone numbers. Like usually, like for Nigeria now, I think it's 11 digits, but we see 13 sometimes and we see 10. So there's kind of a bit of mistake there. And then for the address aspect, some don't bother. They just put in, let's say Nigeria, or they just put in Ghana. They just leave it that way.
Oh wow,
So
just the
for us,
country, just the
just the
country.
country,
Oh
and you
wow.
have to be specific with the address. So in case you want to reach out and to fill your details, so students don't really pay attention to those aspects. So basically, it's the details in the application form and then the timing aspect is majorly the reason students the common mistakes they make with the application.
Okay. So it's quite important. Now, also, do you really want to make sure that the name matches with the passport?
Yes, exactly. That's also important. Some in their international passports, just because of that, we do go
Hmm.
to the international passport to confirm before filling it
Wow.
because some just put in like two names or they put in one name, but it has to be according to the way the international passport is. If there's no attention paid to the international passport, we do go as far as going back to international passport again just to be sure before putting down the names. If not, there might be an issue towards the cast, and then students be like, my name was not spelled well, and my name was not placed in well, and then it's kind of an issue trying to fix that. So it's easy when they just put it according to how the international passport is. Makes it easy for us. Thank you very much for the reminder.
Okay. So basically, you talked about West African timing. Is now when is the best time to start applying for September intake?
September, I think since we are just rounding off with February intake, I think now it's the best time. The sooner the better, so you get a
Okay.
decision as early as possible.
Brilliant. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, as you can see, direct from the admissions team, they are saying it directly with sincerity. You must start as soon as possible. The sooner the better, because if there's any admin issues, we can deal with that in advance. It gets a bit late, as in how late is late, famous, if you don't mind asking.
Mm,
I
let's
don't
say when
encourage that,
it's
but I
like
just want to.
a month to the deadline. Let's say for September intake now.
Yeah,
During the August time, that's when students start complaining about the application and how far they want to go. But that's quite a bit late for
bit
us per
late.
se. So there is
Okay.
a bit of a rush from different people asking, making inquiries and all. But earlier it will be better.
Okay, brilliant. Okay, thank you for that. Right, we have Lushed on YouTube saying I had a bad playback, so I can't really make out of your words, but I'm following with the open screen
Yeah.
questions. I hope you can hear us, Lushed. Let us know. And if you've got any questions, do ask us. And I love the name. Right, okay. Right, so next question. Let's have a look. Okay, so I think we've actually said how to avoid them. So should we move on?
Yeah, I
All
think I
right.
can add a bit or two to this aspect. I think where I said them ignoring the application form, I think what will help is you, let's say, bonding with your agent per se, checking up on them to know how far your admission is going. At least doing that earlier would actually matter to them because sometimes once the application is sent and then you actually call back or check up on your agent to be like, hey, how far is this application? They'll be able to check and say, okay, there's also errors you need to fix on. So it's actually easy if there is this bond between the students and the agent. It will help and make the agent do it faster.
Adi, you were going to say something?
I think I can hear my playback on her side.
All right. I just wanted the playback to end before I say something. So yes, famous covered it all. I just want to add that the playback to end before I say something. So yes, famous. All right. Covered it all. I just want to add that. All right. What I'd like to say is be careful what you put on your CV. Don't put in details that you cannot validate. Now, if you are saying that you did a master's, ensure you have your certificates to back it up. All right. Also, do not use generic statement of purpose. Make sure you customize it to yourself, you personalize it. I think that wraps that up.
Okay, sorry to jump. Can I also speak about the statement of purpose there? Usually, I tell students when filling your statement of purpose is like four paragraphs here. The first one should basically be about yourself, and then the second one should be why you've chosen to study at the UK, which has to be specific though. And then the third one should be why you've chosen to study at the Montfort University, which you also have to be specific because most of them like using one stone to kill two birds, like they say. And we are happy to study in your university. It's kind of not allowed for us. You have to be specific why you've chosen to study at the Montfort University. And then the last one basically is why you've chosen to study the particular course you have applied for. So that's just the four paragraphs I keep letting students know. That's the four basics of statement of purpose. Thank you.
Do you have a standard word count or number of pages, or as long as you've got those four paragraphs addressed, that you're good to
Just
go?
just four, you're good to go.
Okay. Okay. Brilliant. Thank you so much. Right, ladies and gentlemen, you heard it direct. Don't use AI. Don't use ChatGPT. Make sure it's authentic. Make sure it's from you. What you are, what your aspirations are and your motivations, we won't know. It's in your head, not in ours. So you need to write that up on your SOP or statement of purpose, otherwise known as personal statement. If you come through UK Bright Education, that is actually one of my jobs where I will actually help you make sure that you are fulfilling the criteria which the university is asking for. It's basically time to showcase your skills. That SOP is an opportunity for you to tell them why you want to come to the UK and specifically why De Montfort University and what's so special about this course. Very important. Right, if you don't mind me asking you guys both, putting you both on the spot, how many applications would you say roughly? Can you tell us how many actually receive every day? And how many mistakes have you found? How many applications have you found mistakes? Do you make a count of that at all?
Not really. It's kind of much, and then the mistake is quite a bit more than the application itself, more than
That's a
the ones
shame.
we actually go through. So the mistakes are actually common.
Quite a lot, quite a lot. Ladies and gentlemen, keep watching this video. I will chop it up as well to reuse it and recycle. But these are really sincere problems that we have, which we really want to address, and we don't want you to make the same mistakes. Okay, brilliant. So we've talked about applying at a UK university. This applies to all universities. But what's so special about De Montfort University?
Well, okay, let's say something about
So
this.
so there's several. All right, for demand for there's several reasons why you want to apply to the Montfort University. Are we talking about the university space, the environment? Do we want to talk about the ranking? Do we want to talk about the city itself? But I would like to dwell on just one thing, which will it's something that would make the student not only to be academically engaged but socially fulfilling, and that's what we call education 2030. What this means is block teachings, right? So if a student has for a course now, what your lecturer or your professor is going to do is break your modules into like four. You have four modules to cover. Now you have like 12 weeks to cover one. You start and then you end it, the first module. You have a break, a short break. Then you go to the second module. You start and you end it. You have a short break again, and then you go to the third and the fourth. What this gives you, what it enables for you, is that you're able to have time not just for studies, but you have time for your social life as well, right? Also, you are able to concentrate on what you're being taught, on what you're being lectured on. Also, you are able to form relationships with your group with a group of students in that because you're broken down into groups, small groups like 4 5 groups of people for a model. So it helps you to foster relationships as well. So that is one core reason why you must come to the Montfort. It is not a place where you all your four courses or your 5 or 10 modules are taken at once and then you do your exams at the end of the semester. No, you take one module at a time. So you have time to be who you are and then to learn. Thank you.
Brilliant. My goodness, I think I need to apply myself. So, ladies and gentlemen, as you can see, De Montfort University, they are actually planning their modules. So you are learning one module at a time. So you're more focused. You're being assessed per subject, one at a time. You're not going through like other universities where you might be doing four modules at the same time. Here, you're doing one module at the time. Now, may I add, is it a bit more intense because it is one module at the time, and is it for a shorter period?
The idea is to make you have a life of your own. So it isn't intense. It makes it easier for you. I think having like 5, 6 modules at a time is what makes it intense. Now you're concentrating, you're focused on just
On
one
one.
at a time.
Right.
It
Right.
helps you. You are able to breathe, to study at your own pace. It's easy.
Brilliant, brilliant. Thank you so much. I actually forgot about that. Block teaching was introduced, I believe, in the last academic year. It was a fantastic success. Students have actually progressed and they've moved on, and there's been no complaints. So students must be enjoying it. So that's really good. Brilliant, 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 brilliant. Okay. Any other reasons why students should be coming to De Montfort University, guys?
Actually, there are more than enough reasons, like she has said, and then like other universities, most universities are usually at the edge of a city per se, but the Montfort University is actually at the center, where it's easy for students to mingle. There are places like Chinatown and other cultural diversities where I think they have times where they do their own cultural activities, so it's actually easy for you to mingle with other people. Most especially, I'm interested in the people that love football. The most Leicester Stadium we all know about from the
Yeah,
school. Actually, it's like a stone throw. So if you are a football fan, you would actually enjoy staying at the Montfort University because you have a clearer view or per se like a stone throw of how watching live matches. So it's easy, not saying you're traveling to another city to watch a live match or whatever. So if you're a Leicester City fan, it's easy. It's just a stone throw away from the Montfort University. That's
that's true.
actually a catch up for football fans that want to study at the Montfort University.
That's true. Whether it's Liverpool or Manchester City or any team that you guys support, when they do come to Leicester, and if you're a fan, then the football ground is just around the corner. Also, if you're a rugby fan, we've got Leicester Tigers. We have got their stadium in the city centre near the hospital, just walking distance from De Montfort University. So again, if you are a sports fanatic, De Montfort University is the place to be. We have so many societies at the student union that actually run different sports. It could even be a sport which you've never even heard of, but there are many societies related to sports which you must be involved when you come as a student. So yeah, that's brilliant. Okay, right. I've got to ask this question. I'm really, really enthusiastic to know about this, and I'm sure students are. What is the process times for actually issuing an offer letter and getting a CAS?
All right, let me paint a scenario here.
Oh, okay.
All right, let me paint a scenario here.
Oh, okay.
All right, so Adebimpe sent in our application on the 13th of December. And then the admission officer goes through it and sees that, okay, she missed out some information on her form. And then he sends her an email to say, come on, please check your the form you didn't fill out correctly. He sends that email to the student and also to to UK Bright, and UK Bright returns with a fresh form on the 14th of December. Now that's one day lost, right?
Yeah.
The students get from 14 to 18, there's a weekend, and the student gets a conditional offer on the 18th. 18th is a Friday, is a Monday. 14th is a Thursday, right? So that's 2 days to get a conditional offer. Now we then tell the student, okay, you need to have credibility interview, fill in your form. It sends in his form, and then he gets is interviewed on the 22nd of December, and then he gets a feedback before the end of December. It takes about 5 days, right? He
Yeah.
gets his interview results, his CI results. Now, now for CI, it isn't any big deal. So he gets asked the question, he gets his results, and then he proceeds to make payment and sends us the CAS documents. Now let's say he sends the CAS document on the 24th. By the 3rd, Adebimpe gets a CAS letter. That all of these processes took about 10 working days.
Wow.
10 working days. That's what we worked with in this, and that's a real life scenario that I just painted for you. In That was what just happened in January intake, and that's what we're doing moving forward as well.
Brilliant. So, as you can see, ladies and gentlemen, Adi's actually given you a true picture of a real student case, and it seems like it can be done within a short space of time. We would advise you to apply early, to do everything early, but it can be done within weeks. So that's what it is. So it can be done. We've heard it from them direct. So there you go. We've got some questions here, guys. We've got one question. I have completed my graduation from Hampton University. I want to do a PhD degree. Panel, question. The question is for you guys.
I think we will answer that once
Okay.
she's done with her playback.
Yeah.
What's the question?
It's on the screen.
Okay,
Yeah.
just a moment. Yes, we have PhD programs. We have about five different courses for PhD, and we have um, January, we have April and October intakes for the PhD. Now, the process is for you to send an email. I can drop the to PGR admissions.
Oh, she's writing the email address. Right, ladies and gentlemen, while she's such a resourceful lady, as you can see. Now, while she's writing that down, for those of you who are doing PhD applications, just reply, use that email address. We've got another student as well who's asking the same question, Robert. I want to pursue a PhD. Again, follow the comments. If it comes up there, we'll write it down. If not, I'll post it, so don't worry about that. Right, we have another question. Do you have any intake in the summer? Like April, May, June.
Okay. I've
Once
tried
she's
to
done with her playback.
respond. It seems I have issues with my network. I've tried to respond, but it's failing. PGR admissions, PGR admissions at dmu.ac.uk. In case you can hear me.
Oh, yes, yes. I'll write that down.
There's a question down for you, Stephen.
Thank you. Okay, is there any summer?
Oh, sorry, I'll just get it up
You
for
missed
you.
out the R.
Oh, sorry, I'll write that down. I'll write it down.
Okay, summer course. I'd like you to elaborate. Summer course. We
Yeah, I think
have.
this where we come in the April one we just have.
Yeah, do you want to talk about that, Adi?
Yeah, playback.
Yeah, yeah. We have very patient students who are watching. That's so sweet. Oh,
All right. So we have good news from DMU is that for we have this great. Thank you for being patient with us. So we have the summer
I'm gonna stay quiet.
back. It's really bad. I have like three playbacks. Okay. All right. So there is something that DMU just announced, which is April intake for international business management. It's available for April. So if you're interested in that course, you can submit your applications through UK Bright. UK Bright always ensures that your documents are complete, your forms are correctly filled, so you do not lose any day in your admission process. So send in send it to her. She will get it to us, and we'll process as quickly as possible.
Brilliant. Thank you so much, Adi. So I'm just going to move on very quickly. I think we're running out of time. So I'm just going to, there is a credibility interview involved. Famous, if you could just elaborate, if you don't mind, about the credibility interview.
Okay, for the
Um,
credibility interview aspect, is usually after the person has finished with the application, and then they usually send the the sheet for the student to fill, which I'm sure UK Bright usually helps the student to fill that and send back to us to book you for a credibility interview appointment. And once the date is booked for the students, the UK Bright, which I know they are good at prepping the student, because so far students coming from them when interviewing them, I usually have this joy in my heart because they answer quite good and it's actually good than other students. So I have this, what agency are you non interview? Once you say UK Bright, I'm happy because other questions they are good at answering. So it shows that you guys prep them well enough. So once they pass the credibility interview, which is not much of a problem these days, it's straight to send your document for CAS and that's it.
Brilliant, brilliant. Adi, is there anything you'd like to add to that? I think she did want to say something.
Yeah, that's you have to wait for playback.
Yeah, after the playback.
all right. If- Before you take the official CI, then you go through an introductory session. So excuse me. So you just do not jump into the official interview. The introductory session, explains to you what is expected, what you're supposed to prepare on, so that you're well aware when you're having your official and you don't have any surprises.
Okay, brilliant. Thank you so much. Just moving on to the final question, really, and that is any advice and tips. I think we'll be giving advice and tips throughout the whole live today, so that's fine. But is there any
Ye-
final pearls of wisdom from students?
yes, please send in your applications to UK Bright. She's one agency I know that takes her time. She's very thorough. She ensures that your application forms are correctly filled. She ensures that your documents are on point, are up to date, and are okay. there is this thing with UK Bright. There is no application she sends to us that does not get students to enrollment stage. So that's a sure plug for you to come through. UK Bright is the sure plug. Go to her with your applications and you will get enrolled.
Thank you so much, guys. I'm going to let these lovely, hardworking people go because it is now 6:30 p.m. in Nigeria. So thank you so much for coming. I'll let you leave the studio because you've been working so hard, and I need you to go. And I hope to hear from you very, very soon.
Yeah, sure.
All right, then. Talk to you soon. Bye.
All right.
Bye. Right. Adi will research.
Bye. Bye,
Bye.
everyone, and thank you for coming.
Okay.
Bye.
Thank you. Bye. Right, so that's my two friends. They're very, very good colleagues of mine. I have been working with De Montfort University for a very long time. We are a direct partner for De Montfort University for a long time. Now I'm going to answer your questions if that's okay. But Roba Wayuma, thank you for your question about PhDs. I will share the email address with you guys later on, and I will write in the comments. So do keep an eye on that, and then you can contact De Montfort University direct about PhDs. I personally don't deal with the PhD themselves. It's quite a unique skill to have, but I'll share the university email address direct for the PhD so you can contact them direct. Right, Mahesh Gold, you've asked a very valid point. What was the full-time job scope in the UK after completion of Masters? Now, what can I say? De Montfort University, we're a very unique university. I mean, not me, the university is very unique, is that when your plane lands, even before you, as soon as you go to De Montfort University, you must make sure that you are in contact with the careers services for your faculty. There are 5 faculties in the university, and every single faculty have their own career services. So they have job experiences, internships, work experience, placements, interview preparation, CV preparation, LinkedIn profile preparation. They'll do all that specific to your subject. So before you even graduate, Mahesh, what De Montfort University they'd like you to do is to make you employability ready for the job market. That is their job. That's what they're there to be paid for, to help you to get onto the job ladder. Because if you do, it's success for them, it's a good win for all of us, and obviously it's good for you. So what's the scope? It is all down to your activity. Okay, don't just go to university and go home and that's it. You need to get out there, go to the careers, go to the networking events, do whatever you can while you're studying. That time will just fly by very quickly. And as soon as you've got all that experience and all that on your CV, then you'll be more employable after graduation. If you can't find it in the city, you go where there are jobs. So Leicester is a very it is an industrial city in hosiery industry, in textiles and in retail. But if that's not your sector, you go where there are jobs. So I hope that helps. Right. We've got other people here. So we've got Ifyani. Hello, nice to see you. I think Naimul, you had a question, so I'll just quickly say hello. Right, so please let me know if there's any summer course available. I have a bachelor's in aerospace engineering in Malaysia. I want to do my master's in the UK after my graduation. Summer course is just 1 month course, as I know. Right, so they do not do short courses. De Montfort University don't do short courses. They either do master's or bachelor's, PhD or masters of research. That's their thing. That's all they do. They don't do any short courses, so to speak. If there is, I apologize, but just double check the website. Let me just write down the website for you: dmu.ac.uk. Naimul, this is for you. If you want to do a short course, have a look if it's there. As far as I know, there isn't, but do have a look. And I wish you all the best. Okay. Oh, I didn't write it properly, so let me write it down: dmu.ac.uk. Right. Well, how did you think? What did you think of my guests, Adi and Famous? They're both very, very, very much involved in the admissions at De Montfort University. What I'd like you to do now, you know, seeing is believing. If I didn't bring them on, you wouldn't really know that I am a direct, not me, UK Bright Education is a direct partner for De Montfort University. So basically, if you'd like a UK university admission, let me just find out where's all my banners. If you'd like a UK university for a master's or a bachelor's course, now is the time to apply. Now. Don't delay. You must DM me direct in order to get a bachelor's or a master's admission. If you want to go for bachelor's, there's so much choice. For masters, it's unbelievable. It's really a good place to be. They even have an intake in April. If that is something for you, all you need to do is to DM me direct. Until next time. Oh, we've got one more comment. Let's see. No problem, Nemo. Right. Until next time, my friends, take care. Bye-bye.